Hey folks, Brian Blessing in Las Vegas. Glad to be with you to talk about the Valero Open here at ATS.io. Don't forget our buddy Adam Burke. I join Adam every Tuesday on his podcast. We talked about the golf tournament, hockey, the NCAA tournament, the Final Four, and more. Great information with our buddy Adam Burke. This is a big golf tournament because it's the prelude to the Masters. Last chance for those that have not qualified to the Masters. Win the tournament, you get that invite. And that is coming up next week, and we cannot wait for the Masters. What a great event it's going to be. And we'll get you ready for that with matchups and all the cool offerings that will be available at Augusta National next week. As for this week's event, the Valero Open at TPC San Antonio, par 72, 7,494 yards. You get the winds of Texas can kick up here. How about this? Jordan Spieth is the 12-1 favorite. Now, he's a Texas kid, and he's on the first page of leaderboards all over the place these days. Can he actually step up? And don't forget, when he was a teenager and he showed up here, he actually played quite well. But 12-1, no good. Scotty Scheffler, another Texas guy, 16-1, loses in the final in the WGC Dell Technologies match play. I think maybe that was a long week for him, could be a bit worn out, but Scheffler's a terrific player. Some of the other favorites in here, you're looking at Matsuyama's at 18-1. Abraham Answers at 22-1. How about Matt Kuchar? Now, he came up short and he played the same amount of days that Scheffler had been playing. The difference is Kuchar had not been playing well. I think he's got a bounce in his step, and that's an overlay price the way Kuchar played last week. I do think there's some price plays you consider. Sebastian Munoz at 80-1. I think he's been off form, but he's really capable of putting it together in a diminished field. Martin Laird, these are the kind of tournaments Martin Laird shows up in. 125-1's a monster price. But I'm going to go in the 55-1 range. Zach Johnson has played well on the Florida swing. Zach Johnson plays a draw, a low ball flight, is a terrific wind player. If the wind kicks up in San Antonio, I think Zach Johnson has a chance to be sneaky really good here. And Phil Mickelson's in the tournament too at over 100-1. Don't kid yourself. He's trying to peak at the right time with the Masters coming up next week. I think you go big on the weekend, Friday, maybe before moving day. You can still find some value and an overlaid price on a good golfer that's 3 or 4 shots back. But I'm going to go with Zach Johnson as my top pick. Thinks there's price plays out there with Munoz and Laird, guys that you can consider as it's the final event before the Masters, the first major of the year coming up next week. Always glad to be with you at ATS.io in Las Vegas. I'm Brian Blessing.